Okay.
I'll let you. Do we have? Hold on. We need a microphone. Hold on.
It looks like I'm the MC.
Okay. Well, yeah, you're the MC, and then y'all can share. How do I turn this thing on? Is it the gray button? Ah, there you go.
This is just for the.
Oh, let me pop it.
Hello. Huh?
Can you hear it?
I can't hear it.
No, you're not supposed to. I
You're
think.
not supposed to. I think it's for
Oh.
online
Yeah.
folks.
Oh,
It's for
am I
online.
too close?
But are we doing online, folks?
Or do
No. Okay,
No.
so
Do
you
I need to?
Give it back to me. Just speak loud.
Do I need to pass this? I can pass this.
No.
We don't need it. Okay.
We're good.
We're gonna make you Hispanic for the day,
Ah.
and that just means you're gonna be loud naturally, right? Yes. You got it. You got it. Just be a little bit Hispanic. Come on, we can do it. Okay.
Hispanic
So the
for the day.
questions for today. So these now at the end, it's gonna be open to your all's questions as well. Okay. So obviously you guys know we're talking about staying consistent in today's market. Okay. So the first question: what's your daily non-negotiable that you do every single day that affects your business in the morning and how it helps you all day long? Sorry, it cut off.
I know, that's okay. I've got it right here. So Shelly says, one rain or shine daily action is making at least one genuine connection, whether it's reaching out to a past client, following up with a lead, networking, or commenting meaningfully on someone's social media post. That keeps the pipeline warm.
Okay, good.
I have a morning routine and an evening routine that I go through every single day, rain or shine. It consists of really getting my mindset ready, right? Reviewing my vision and what I'm doing. I have some focus time in there. I review my 135, my 411, 135, and then break that down into what I need to accomplish for that day, what my tasks are, my most important things. Takes about 30 minutes to go through that. Some people read, some people do all kinds of different things. You got to find your thing. But I spend about 30 minutes every single morning before anything else and go through that. And then in the evening, I have like a 5 p.m. protocol. Did I accomplish everything that I laid out? If not, why not? What do I need to do differently? What happened in the day that got me sidetracked or down the rabbit hole?
So recap is good, and then set a plan the night before
And then I
for the
plan
next
for
day.
my next morning,
That's
that evening
important,
as
yeah.
well. But those are my two, I would say, you ask for one.
Yeah.
No, but that's important.
Yep,
That's awesome.
That's it.
That's
what I
good.
do.
Okay. And you?
Mine is really simple. Breakfast is not negotiable. I also respond to all my WhatsApp messages, Instagram, Facebook, any other social media. And I also go through my emails. I get a lot of Zillow listings that are just brand new. And I'll send those out to anybody who may be interested in those areas.
Okay, that's awesome. So for your buyers. Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Okay. I do something similar. Mine is just very simple. I write a to-do list every single morning, and my goal is to try to finish at least 5 things from the to-do list because my to-do list is like 30 things long. But I do sit down and kind of go over that day, and I try to listen to things that are really, really positive. So as I get ready every single morning, I'm listening to a really positive video. It could be like, like religious, or it could be just something that's just gonna keep me upbeat. I stay away from things that are negative. Okay, perfect. Awesome, guys. So number 2, in the market where buyers and sellers are more hesitant, how do you keep your pipeline full without burning out?
Is that number 2? Sorry.
Number 2.
Well, I'm looking at it. Is that the
Here, we'll start with Tom.
lead gen or just? Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Tom.
Work on my communication skills and scripting to talk to clients in today's market. So we need to really work on a compelling conversation with folks and communicating with them and getting them to think long-term and future instead of the market of the moment. The market of the moment right now is a little scary for folks. Not a little, it's scary for folks. A lot of anxiety. So if we can work on our scripting and talk to them and communicate with them and find out what their long-term goals are and keep them focused on that, that's what I have found has helped extend those conversations with folks and keep the pipeline full. Because we're continuing to have those types of long-term conversations instead of just losing them because it's not the right time of the year. It's not the right time to buy or sell, and then they're gone.
Okay. So then how often do you talk to that client? Like buyers and sellers? Like weekly? How often do you talk to them?
Current, like ones that are searching,
Mm-hmm.
like daily.
Okay. That's good.
Like
It's good to know for everyone. So you're talking to buyers daily. That's awesome. How often are you
Buyers.
talking to your sellers?
At minimum once a week.
Okay,
Minimum once a week, if not more.
perfect.
So lots of communicating going on right now.
Okay.
Lots more so than ever before.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
And again, the conversation is always, let's go back to what your original motivation is. I don't state it that way, but let's talk about where your mindset is. What are you guys thinking now? What has changed? Where are you at? So,
Okay, perfect. Okay, Enio?
Kind of piggyback on some of the similar things you're saying is that it's the ones that are actively searching, you touch them daily, whether they respond or not. They have a busy day themselves as well too. The ones that are on the sideline, I still touch them weekly, weekends as well, since more free time for those people. Sellers daily, any activity, showings, let them know what's going on. If we're slow, they need to know. I think keeping them informed of the traffic on their listing is really important too,
Okay.
especially if we're gonna have to do any type of adjustments.
Definitely. Okay, so daily. That's awesome. That's good.
Yep.
You guys listening? That's good advice. I don't talk to my sellers daily, but I should. I should.
And Shelley
Okay.
says, focus on the high impact activities. Spend the bulk of your time on what actually moves the needle. Direct conversations, follow up, and client care. Double down on your sphere. So I think that's important too. Right now, they're the ones that know, love, and trust you, right? So you don't have to, not convince, but you don't have to build that rapport. They already know, love, and trust you. So that piece is already done. Now you're just communicating value to them, educating them on the market, and seeing how you can help direct them one way or the other.
Definitely. Okay. Okay, so number 3. What actually is working for you online in 2025 to get new clients beyond the typical just listed, just sold posts on social media? So how are you communicating with people on social media?
you want to start?
Yeah, go for it.
Boy, we've started a bunch of things this year, and we're kind of throwing a bunch of stuff against the wall. So I did a bunch of what they refer to as talking heads, with me just talking into the screen. You get your little reels.
Providing
if you
different
will.
information.
I get very
Reels?
little traction on that. So
Okay.
what's hitting, when we're just starting to figure this out, people love walkthroughs. The walkthroughs, doing a video of any random house that I'm walking through and throw it up there, they have more views and getting more traffic than anything else. So we're starting to lean into that a little bit more. It's got to have a hook. It has to have, good trailing or a call to action, and
Well, and I think
we have strategic
I think that
wording
too,
in there.
you're a
too.
real person.
Yeah.
Like that's how that shows them you are actually showing property every day because you're posting the tours of the different
Yep.
houses, right?
Yep.
So
Yes.
that's what they want to know, that you're active and in
that
it,
you're working.
and that you're working.
That you're
Yeah.
working.
Yeah.
That you're working.
Yeah. So what I found is they're tired of looking at my face. Swipe and go.
You should ask ChatGPT. Please review all my people. Do they not like my face?
So they like that. Problem solving, solution based. You got to have like that tagline or that that hook initially, so people are a little bit compelled. But the videos of walkthroughs and stuff like that seem to be getting more traffic.
That's awesome. Have you been able to convert anybody yet or talk to anyone?
It's so hard. I'll be honest. If anybody can figure out, no one's calling me and saying, "Hey, I saw your reel and I want to sell my house." It just doesn't work. However, I've gotten online leads lately. Like people call me up, like, "Hey, I saw you here, or I Googled this and you popped up," and I'm like,
I
okay.
think everything plays into online presence,
think so,
right?
too.
So
I
if
think
you
so,
post
too.
on social media and you post on YouTube and you post on Instagram, and
Consistency.
consistency posting, even though you can't necessarily pinpoint it to one specific place maybe that they found you, they saw you consistently probably in multiple places, which is why they reached
And I
out.
think the other thing that helped is last year we went through all the different directories and we added all of our information and we updated it. The bio, the name of the company, the homes.com, the solo, there's hundreds of them, right? And we made sure that everything was super consistent. So instead of having Tom Townsend here, and Townsend Realty Group there, and Keller Williams here, we made them all consistent. And it seems like over time, the logarithms out there kind of pull all that stuff together and start elevating you up on the search engines.
Okay.
Again, a little over my head. I had somebody else do all that stuff for me, but that seems to all of a sudden starting to come to fruition, and people are finding us online.
Okay, that's awesome. You guys are writing this down, right? writing this down. This is good information. Okay, Enio.
Social media has worked to a T for me the past 3 years.
Okay.
Stay consistent in posting, make sure the posts are about the property. Online, I've gotten lucky these past 2 months. Had a lot of people from different states having me list their lands.
That's
I
awesome.
didn't sign up to be a land listing agent.
Now you
No,
are.
land is hard because then they want you to walk the land, and then you see bear traps and all kinds of stuff when you see. I mean, I'm just being honest. I'm like, then I get freaked out, you know. But okay, go on. Sorry.
It's just, I picked up the land listings and now I'm
You're a landman.
Now you're a land guy.
Landman. Oh, I hope not a real landman. That's y'all seen that video? Or that? That's intense.
Okay.
But
well,
yes,
that's awesome.
landman.
So then, what do you do on social media? So like, are you posting like your houses and?
zoning, let them know what you can do on the land, let them know what the restrictions are.
Where are you? Which socials are you on?
I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, WhatsApp.
And what would you say your average buyer group age group is? Is it those that would be?
You have to hold your
So that's-
questions until the end.
Sorry, I'm kind of like trying to help.
Yeah,
but
no, but
I'm
we're a team.
digging
Do you see
into
how we
it.
work?
I
We're
know.
a
Sorry,
team.
I'm sitting
Oh,
in
it's a
good thing
Shelly
we're
hat.
friends.
Hold on, Tina hat. Yes, but no, I'm trying to dig deeper because that's what people want to know. Like if you're trying to gear it towards that age group, that's where your age group is.
Yeah.
You've got to plug into those
Yeah,
places.
and they don't know many of the logistics of land, so you have to
Right.
make sure you do their due diligence for them, so that they're not in the dark when you're under contract, because once you're under contract and you go backwards, then it kind of loses momentum. That's a key word that I want to teach everybody today, is keep a deal with momentum.
Yeah, no, it's true. And keep it with the clients too, the momentum, so they don't get depressed in the process. Because they get, right now, they're just so used to, they get really used to like those days, even we got used to those days where you could put a house in the market and within a couple of hours you had an offer. You know, I remember those days, they were crazy. I thought they were nuts, but at the same time we enjoyed it, right? And then now it's like, it's not like that anymore. So imagine if we are kind of like, those days were so amazing. If we're struggling with the day, imagine the clients. They're like, what? The house has been on the market for 12 hours and we don't have any offers? You know, we didn't have a showing this week? Then you know.
Yeah.
But that's why you have to communicate, because there's a reason why you haven't had a showing this week.
And I'll kind of piggyback, we're kind of getting off track.
Yeah,
However,
sorry.
I think it's important to note, because Brandy and I were having this conversation yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
We're finding that the more friction there is with a deal, like more back and forth, people are burned out, they get tired of it, they get exhausted, and they're out. They lose the love that they had in the selling or the buying of that home. So
Yeah.
that's the momentum.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the momentum.
To piggyback off of that. You go back and forth more than twice, they're gonna start getting burned out. And they're like, man, this is too much of a hassle already, I'm
Yeah.
out. They lose the love for the house that they were looking for.
Yeah.
So I talk to my clients a lot. Listen, we only have 2 or 3 times to go back and forth. Otherwise, we're gonna wear these people out. They're gonna
walk.
They're gonna fall out of love with this house and this transaction. And with as many terminations that we are already seeing, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Even like asking for things to be repaired. People are just like, what? They're just like crazy. I'm like, I don't.
It's on both sides of the deal.
Yeah, they're just kind of going
We're
a
just
little
worn
bit
out.
wild. Yeah, it's a little bit different than normal.
Yeah.
You get shit, you
Sorry.
get copy agents, buyer's agents, and now you're in charge of keeping the deal alive.
Oh, for sure.
Uh-huh.
You gotta keep the wheels turning
Yes.
as an agent for both of you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then they don't communicate. And who knows what they're telling their clients.
Yeah.
You have no ideas. And this is something that's happened to me. I'm sorry, I'm going off. But something that's happened to me a couple times this year is the opposite side client calls me, which I find that to be so wild. The
Yes.
first time it happened, I was kind of like, excuse me, who are you? And you know, and then they're like, I'm Mr. Blah, 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 and
Yeah.
I'm calling you. Just,
I've had that a couple times. as well.
Yeah.
and it's happened more this year than ever.
and that is likely because their agent is not communicating with them,
Exactly.
right? Or they're
They
not
have no
getting timely
idea.
communication, and they got your number somehow. But
I know, it's kind of
Yeah.
strange. Yeah,
Yep.
it's kind of
Yeah.
strange.
Yeah.
I find it so awkward. And then they're like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix this thing. And I'm like, you know. Have you discussed this with your agent yet? Okay, never mind.
Okay, so
good. Yes.
Shelley's response for the social media is people hire people they feel like they know and can trust. Storytelling over sales pitchy posts. So share your wins and your struggles, be authentic. share on community and good mix of personal and business. She said, I have work to do myself here. So in general, across the board, be authentic. Let people know like you've got kids and they play sports, but also let them know that you do home walkthroughs and show property and, you know, find random things in little houses, you know,
Yeah.
all the fun stuff.
Yeah. Okay. I think this is an important, yes.
Can I ask real quick, Tom, when you do the walkthroughs of other people's properties, are you texting that agent to ask if it's okay to post that?
If it's not mine, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And you're doing it
Yeah, you've got
slow,
to.
right? I can't stand when people go through a video. I'm like, oh my God, my
I got
stomach.
60 seconds.
I know you
Yeah,
don't have
you're
much
60
time.
best.
seconds. No, it's just,
You don't have
you
much
know what?
Have
time.
you ever seen those videos
Yeah.
where phew, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
that made me sick.
I
Yeah.
finally hired someone to do that for me, so I really just send them the raw video and the raw, I'll do like a voice memo, kind of a walkthrough, and they put it all together
Yeah.
That's awesome.
from there. But they're primarily on my listings.
Okay. I think this is an important question too. When you're having a slow month, what's your personal mental reset strategy? Like, what are you telling yourself?
This is question 5.
Okay. So, okay, you're paying attention. So, Enio, let's go. What do you tell yourself when you're having a slow month?
You keep going, you find an off-market property.
No, that's fine, but it's still like if it's not like, for example, it's a slower month than normal. What do? So you keep working, you work harder.
Yeah. You get up and you start from scratch. I mean, what
Yeah.
else would you do?
Double
Yeah,
down on
for
your
sure.
sphere. Yeah.
But do you tell yourself anything like, I got this. I'm gonna get this property. I don't know.
It's like that girl in front of the mirror. I am strong. I am powerful.
I'm
I am
beautiful.
awesome. Right? The little girl in front of the mirror.
I
No?
love
Anybody?
myself.
Start your day with Thunderstruck.
There you go.
So you just put on your pants and go to work. Huh?
I'm action.
Your action.
He
Okay.
was working when he had laid up at home from surgery,
Yeah.
recovering. He was still working.
Yeah. I get
Yep,
it.
yep. So Shelley says it's the perfect time to plant more seeds. I'm building pipelines, not chasing paychecks. What I do today plants the seed for the next 90 days. Yep.
Yeah.
So mine starts with that daily routine, right? In the morning, getting my head straight. Am I driven by my faith or am I driven by fear? Right?
Yes.
And we're all, listen, the world is full of fear. I love it because it gives them control. So you got to fight against that. I have to fight against that often. So it's starting off with faith, having confidence in myself, and then also really looking at the little wins, not necessarily the deal that I found that day or I booked my appointment, which was my ultimate goal. It could be a new skill that I picked up that day. It could be an aha that I got. It could be coming to team meeting and picking up new little tidbit. All of that stuff accumulates, and I keep track of it, and that's what I reflect on. Like, where did I start the week? Where am I at this week now? And look at everything that I've accumulated, being a skill or whatever it happens to be. Not necessarily I had 3 closings.
Okay.
So that's what I try and focus on, in building nurtures and building that pipeline.
Okay. That's awesome. Okay. So let's see. How do you reassure cautious buyers or sellers without sounding pushy or desperate? I know I'm just going, so since we're kind of
Yep.
limited with time, I'm
We
just
got
kind of
about
going
9
forward.
minutes. So Shelley says consult versus sell. Use hyperlocal data to validate in decision making. So there are so many tools, FYI, in case you are not aware, on FMLS, through the chart masters that we use, you can drill down on zip codes, on neighborhoods, on areas. Do that. 1, you seem very knowledgeable. 2, you're giving them very accurate data because it is for their
Benefit.
their area, their benefit, and it's going to paint a picture. And you can explain numbers, right? Numbers don't lie. It's not an emotional thing. It's a data thing, right? And you're educating and letting them make that decision, right? You're giving them all the things you can give them, and then they're the ones that are ultimately going to be the ones making the decision, and you just have to know you've given them all that information. But yeah, so I think that's absolutely right. I mean, I can't tell you, side note, but Scott, when he's gone on a couple listing appointments recently, we talked them out of selling to us as investors and putting it on the market, and they're like, why are you doing that? And we're like, if your ultimate goal is to make the most money, we know you can make more money if you put it on the market and not selling to us. It might be a little bit more challenging, and that's your choice to make, but they appreciated us not trying to just say, oh, we'll just buy it off your hands and we'll go make the money, right? So I think, being authentic and just giving them all the data so that they can make the best educated decision for them. Makes sense.
Yeah, I'm very data-driven, so I really work hard at
You are.
getting out of the
Yeah.
numbers and spewing analysis to folks, because I can do that very easily.
Yeah.
So what I shift on it, and then I hate having confrontation, I hate giving bad news. Today's market, you gotta be truthful with folks. So I work really hard at just having truthful conversations with them, but being empathetic to where they're at. But I would much rather, I think, one of the bold sayings that we learned was, I'd rather tell you the truth than, what was the?
Then disappoint you
Yeah,
later.
than disappoint you later, thank you.
Yeah.
Lost it there for a second.
It's all good.
But I use that more now than I've ever used before. I'm having more and more of those truthful conversations and letting them know exactly what this market is like. And I have too. I've talked people out of putting their house on the market because their motivation wasn't there. I just want to see what it would be like. I think I can get this. And, and you dig down a little bit deeper and I'm like, okay, let's talk about what do you know about the selling market right now? And we'll talk through that. I can spew data. I can show them all the stats and everything. That's easy for me. But that conversation is really, really challenging. So I work really hard on having that truthful conversation with folks about what the market's like.
Okay.
With sellers, it's really simple for me. Set the right expectation. Are we going to list to sit or list to sell? I live with this result.
List to sit, list to sell.
Buyers, what's your budget? What's your motivation? Why this area? And then we make realistic decisions from there. But there are emotional people that you kind of have to let them speak their piece first. Right? You can then go ahead and implement the truth. They like it, great. They don't, I'm sorry. It's just what it is today. Of course, it's easier to talk to buyers today than it is to sellers.
For sure.
But just remain truthful with everybody. Ultimately, you're going to be part of the transaction. If you want to go ahead and chase something that's going to be possible, then you be part of it. But I can't do that.
Okay. Well, that's solid advice. Okay, our last question. Okay, so this is, if the market gets tougher, okay? The market gets tougher. What's one thing you're already doing now to be ahead of the curve 6 months from today? Who wants to answer first?
I would say get clear on your vision. When you're clear on your vision, what's the saying? There's another saying. If you don't have a vision, you're going to perish or something like that.
Well, that's the Bible, right?
Is that the
That's the Bible. Yes, it is.
That's the Bible says.
Yes, that's the Bible.
You read that somewhere.
Yeah, I read that somewhere.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah,
It's the Bible,
yeah.
so yes.
But
People
if you're
without
unclear
visions
of your
perish.
if
Vision
you're not
perish.
super
You don't know
clear
why
on
you do
where
what
you're
you do.
going and what your goals are, everything is going to be important. You're going to be chasing stuff all over the place. But when you are, the no's get easier. So I would say get clear on your vision, stay focused, do your daily grind and just grind it out, but stay focused. Stay focused and find out what that vision is and stay focused to that
Okay.
vision.
Okay, good advice. Okay.
There you go, Enio.
What am I'm prepared. I have enough leads to be part of a crappy market, so let's do it. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, here's the other
Yeah,
thing.
that's
You
good
gotta- You
though.
got to measure your numbers. I mean, if you aren't
Yeah,
measuring
know-
your lead and
know your
lag,
numbers.
Yeah.
You have no idea where you're at. You need to know where you're at. You need to know where your pipeline is at all times.
For sure.
More so now than ever before.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep. So Shelley's advice, and I love this too, is nurture your sphere like they are your active clients. Build on core relationships, nurture online with market updates to stay top, and then stay top of mind, right?
That's awesome.
So that again goes back to adding value, no matter what, because any client or any person could immediately decide tomorrow that they want to buy or sell. You just never know when that time is going to be right. And if you poured in the information and the value, and then they're going to come to you when they are ready.
Yeah. Okay, now I have a question for you guys. Okay, so in the last 30 days, what has been your biggest win? Please share me something good. It doesn't have to be with work. It doesn't have to be with the market. But what is something that's happened that really in the last 30 days that you're like, whoo, okay, I did it. Yes, ma'am.
Tiffany helped me with this. I took down a huge water-sized melon hornet's nest
Oh, wow.
by myself.
Oh, wow.
Nope.
That's a win. That's a win I don't want.
So it has nothing to do with work, but it was a fortune to have somebody come and remove it.
Oh, I'm sure.
I can't do that. I have become very, I maintain my own yard, I have to, that's just
So
the way it
70
is.
total
And this
is what we
huge.
added.
And
Yes.
my dog alerted me to it, I thought it was an
Yes.
owl.
I did this for
And I was
Misty's
like,
first
oh
time.
my gosh, that's how big it was.
Oh, gosh.
That was a
44.
gray owl sitting
7 and
in
7 is
my-
14, isn't
in
it?
my beautiful evergreen. And so I'm super proud of myself for doing that. It took me a few times to do it. I used a lot of bottles of stuff.
So that's our
And then I finally got it with some foam spray that was expandable. And I mean, they were huge. They're the big white ball,
gosh.
what are they called? Ball-faced hornets.
Oh, ooh.
And they are mean.
He would
Good
know.
job.
He
Good
would
job.
know.
I get it done on the first time next time.
Yeah. Good job.
Well,
Dude, I know. I mean, I more power to you. That would be like me, and then I would run. Like, it would be crazy. That's.
I got it the first time, but they were still hovering. They still wanted to come back. They were like, "Where's Grandma? Grandpa, where's my house? What's going on here?" So it took me, and then finally I had to take it down. But that's a scary. It was a super scary thing.
Yeah, I'm scared for you.
I'm done.
If I had to do that, I'd be scared. Yes, sir.
Here's my thing.
Mine's a little embarrassing, so why not? My wife said I should do a vision board, and I've never done one before.
Oh.
So she finally saw it, she's like, that looks a little creepy, because I have agents' pictures. But yeah, last for 30 days, one of the agents I had up there reached out to me. I'm not gonna say their name if they're in the room. So I was excited about that. I thought that was a win for the
Yeah, that's awesome.
venture of mine.
I love it. Vision boards are great. Yes.
For everybody who's been along the journey of me and my 19-year-old son, who we barely got through high school, it's been a challenge. He took and passed his real estate exam.
Yay! That is amazing.
That's usually how it works, you know? That's,
Affordable school.
that's usually how it works.
He whizzed through it, took his test, and passed it. So we're shocked and excited. I mean, he did it online, like by himself.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
awesome.
No, and then doing it online.
That is awesome.
Whoever passed the real estate, like did all your classes online and actually is sitting in this room, man, let me tell you, that's amazing. That's amazing. I can't do that. I mean,
Okay.
I probably could, but would I want to? That would be like another level of stress. Oh my gosh!
Oh, baby! Everybody say hi to Danielle and baby. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we've got 2 drawings. We're gonna do the Queen of Hearts, and as you probably saw in our promo video, we have a shift book that we're also gonna be raffling off. So if you have not put your money in and you wanna get into the raffle, last chance. Anybody else? Anybody else? Right here, Misty Monroe. Huh?